Happy Valentine's Day. Welcome to another city update. How was your weekend?
It was fantastic. Great weekend, great weather. Got to watch the Super Bowl last night. And I got to say, I wasn't really rooting for either team. I wasn't really excited about either one. But both of my fantasy football receivers, I had 4 touchdowns between 2 of my receivers. So that's, none of it counted. But anyway, not that anyone cares, but it was exciting to watch those guys do that.
Yep. So
there were a few good commercials during the Super Bowl. I don't know if anybody caught any great commercials, but 2 of my favorites. I don't know if you saw the Doritos commercial with the sloths. That one was hilarious.
I don't think so.
Yeah, and then there was a little football game commercial with all these little tiny football characters in it, and they were really good.
I didn't watch the game.
Yeah. But the halftime show, did you watch the halftime show?
I did watch that. Yes, I tuned in for 14 minutes, and that was it.
That was definitely a halftime show built for people that grew up in my generation. So we had some Snoop and some Dre and some Eminem, and I don't know if I really cared. Yeah, 50 Cent, he was a good...
He surprised guest appearance.
And then the other 2, But
yeah,
there you go. Speaking of commercials, or speaking of other little videos, I think we have a special Valentine's Day message for everyone that we want to show right now.
Yes, roll that clip.
Listen, baby, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby.
If you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far.
Don't worry, baby.
Just call my name, I'll be there in a hurry. You don't need to worry, 'cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe.
Remember the day I set you free? I told you you could always count on me, darling. From that day on, I made a vow. I'll be there when you want me, some way, somehow. 'Cause baby, there
Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe.
oh no, darling.
No wind, oh, winter's cold, can't stop me, baby.
No, baby.
'Cause you are
If you're ever in trouble, I'll be there on the double. Just send for me, oh baby.
my love is alive, way down in my heart, although we are miles apart. If you ever need a helping hand, I'll be there on the double, just as fast as I can. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. Know that there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough, ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough.
Guys, that was great, but I need a little more cowbell. What? More cowbell.
By the wonderful video producers in our office for the Communications Department. And we want to give that shout out to Dane Tate. And he did an amazing job. There was about 20 29 or 30 people involved in that, various departments and things like that. So that was a lot of fun to make. I'd never done that before. And so
That was a lot of fun, and happy Valentine's Day, Enid.
yes, for sure. So we're going to go ahead and jump into some of the things going on around Enid.
Yeah, give the citizens some love. Let's tell them what's going on.
Absolutely. So we obviously have, so the library always has things going on and so we mention them. And so one of them that they're having is it's an authors event for local authors that can showcase their fine work and things of that nature. And so there is registration that is required for this, and that deadline is March 17th. And so you can visit their website at enid.okpls to find all that information out. And then we also they're having a Managing Stress Lunch and Learn class, and that's one day, and that's going to be February 17th at 12 p.m. at the library. And you can get that information as well from their website. And so they have tons more, and they have like Lego classes and mad scientist classes for kids and things of that nature that I'm excited to get my son into. So, and then if you're looking for things to do around town, you can always visit our website, which is enid.org. But these are a few of the other places that have things going on as well. And so there's the library, which is enid.okpls.org, as well as Visit Enid. They have things that happen around all over town. And so you can go to visitenid.org for that. And then the Stride Bank Center, they have a lot of fun stuff going
That's right.
on.
I've got tickets for me and my family. We're going to go see a comedian named Fluffy.
I know.
At the end of March. He's hilarious. So if you're interested in that, you ought to see if there's still tickets available, because I know
They're selling
that will
fast.
be very popular.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to 3 events, actually. I'm going to go to the Clue Dinner Theater, which is coming this weekend. And so I don't know if they have tickets left or not, but we're going to do that. And then I'm going to try my best to get tickets to Fluffy. And then I'm going to go to Rodney Carrington for sure. Mm-hmm. So that's exciting. So if you have, if you're interested in any of that or anything like that, then I highly suggest that you just plug into those websites. And if you have any questions, give our office a call and things of that nature. And then, that's fast. And so we do have some road closures and planned water outages. So I'm going to speak about the water outages because those affect obviously your services. And so this planned water outage is going to happen tomorrow, and it is a one-day thing. And so that is the only time, or that for this one, the affected areas is Heritage Hill Shopping Center, the Sherwood Heights Edition, and the Willow West 3rd Edition. And as you can see on the map where those are located. And then we also have another one, and that is planned for tomorrow as well. And so that's going to be on North 14th Street in the 300 and 400 block. So anticipate those. Services will be restored by the end of the day. And so that way you can be in the know of what's going on. And then we also have some road closures that we're going to highlight. And so this one is ODOT. We spoke about this last week. And so that should be wrapping up. I have heard that they have made some progress on that, and that it's pretty nice. And so they should be wrapping that up this week. And then that was to replace some concrete panels. And then they also have on North 12th Street and Peach, they're also doing some concrete repairs. And that is going to be, that should last about 3 weeks. And that started on the 10th. And then we also have the Cleveland Water Line relocation project. That is Cleveland and Willow. That should be in its final phases right now. And so that's going to be really nice when it's done. And so that should be, I believe, a week or so. And then we also have Canary Lane. That is for concrete repairs as well. And that began today. And so I believe that is supposed to last for 2 weeks as well. And so I think that is, to my understanding, the end of that. But I understand that we have some board vacancies. Did you want to highlight that for us?
You bet. That, from time to time, we have several different boards that need to have new members on them, either because they've timed out, or sometimes there's vacancies that are created because there's new council members or council members that used to be on a board that have gone away. And so there are, it looks like 14 different opportunities to be on boards here. And so if you're interested in being involved in your local government, this is one way that you can become extremely involved. And so, just look through and see what interests you. There are things from ADA to the Construction Board of Appeals, onto the Library and Park Board, Tree Board. There are all kinds of openings. And so some of them have requirements, so look through and see if you would meet some of those requirements. And you can find that at enid.org/board applications.
That's good to know. Then we have the commission meeting.
That's right. Tomorrow evening we have a study session at 5 p.m. and I'll go over and talk about a little bit what we're going to be discussing. We'll have a very brief discussion about the 2018 International Building Codes. And we are meeting with Construction Board of Appeals at a later date, and then this will be back on the regular agenda. But all of this item really means is that the standards for construction, if you're an electrician or if you're a plumber, the state adopts different codes that we have to abide by, and we have to be at least as strict as the codes. And there's just, the code has adopted a more updated version on all of these standards, and so we need to adopt that same version that the state has. And so it's basically for all of those builders building things, now they have to reference a newer version of the same code that they've been using in the past. It shouldn't be that big of a change for contractors to be able to resource the new thing, and then as for our code department to do those inspections based on the code that the state of Oklahoma is using and that we are going to eventually adopt. Hopefully in the next month or so. Hopefully in March we'll have this on the regular agenda. We'll get an update on the Grand and Garriott intersection. And so if you've driven by there recently, you've seen that there are brand new traffic signals and they look very nice. They're updated. They're moved back away from the street in preparation for us to rework that intersection and make the radiuses better so that you can turn into downtown easier. And so they'll have an update on how long that process is going to take to rebuild those radiuses and the curbs. And then there was an update on the Cleveland and Willow intersection. We talked about that a few different times during our update already for both the water testing and the people who that is affecting and the street closure. So that project is ending very soon, and there's just an update on that to the council and to the citizens. And there's an update on an asphalt laydown machine that we're interested in purchasing. And then there's a property purchase that we are looking at along Cleveland as a part of the widening project and as a part of our master plan for stormwater detention. This property is going to work perfectly and help us with the widening and help us with our master plan. So we're going to try to purchase that property and then do an update on the Great Plains Bank building. That is 401 West Broadway. That is a building that the city of Enid purchased about a year ago. We still have a bank tenant in there, Great Plains, as their new building is getting completed over here on West Garriott in the district. And we're going to do an update on what we would like to see that building used for, what kind of tenants are going to be in there. We already have, one tenant lined out and trying to get a timeline on when we can get them moved in. There's a lot of different things to coordinate. There are some construction items that need to be worked on that building. And so we'll update the mayor and commissioners on all of that. Best uses for the building and kind of a construction time frame of what we're looking at for the improvements that needed to be made in the building. So that is what we'll talk about during the study session. And at 6:30 tomorrow in the evening, we will move on to the main session. And we've got several different things to talk about. In that one, we've got the property purchase that we just talked about on North Cleveland. We got to move around some money for that, to pay for that, and then there's an emergency resolution for a workers' compensation case, and then some consent items and some purchases of equipment for the EMA, and that's about it. We will have an executive session tomorrow night, and then we'll reconvene back into regular session. So that is what is on the agenda for tomorrow evening. You're welcome to join us anytime. You can watch online, or you can come by 401 West Garriott at 5 and at 6:30. You can watch the meetings. If you'd like to sign up and talk about one of the agenda items, or sign up to talk about something else, we always encourage public input, so we're looking for that. So we'll have those meetings tomorrow, and we're looking forward to it. If there's anything else that you have questions about, as usual, you can always reach out and talk to me. And my email is smorris@enid.org, or you can call me at 580-616-7244.
That's a lot. A lot of good subjects to talk about. And then we also have the MAPC meeting that's going to be on the 28th at 6, and that's at the admin building as well.
That's right. And we will have a new sign ordinance that we'll be discussing during the MAPC meeting. And if the Planning Commission likes that, then that'll be on a March agenda for the council.
Lots of good stuff
That's right.
moving forward, making this better. So that is all I have, and I'm so glad that you're here and things of that nature. And so we have ClickFix. So that's a communication device and tool that we, the city, utilize for you to be able to communicate with us and tell us exactly what you're seeing, and to be able to report on things. And so if there's about 55 issues, and these are just a few that you can report on. You can request a public transit to come in and give you a ride. And then you can also report potholes and things of that nature. You can download that app, or you can also access that on our website, which is enid.org. And so we highly emphasize that you utilize this so that we can get some stuff taken care of. And that will also be delegated to the right departments. And if you want to stay connected with what the city of Enid is doing and going on, you can stay connected on our social media platforms, as well as our Roku and our Fire TV.
That's right. If you ever need me, reach out and call me.
I love it. I love it.
Well, happy Valentine's Day to you.
Well, thank you.
And Enid, happy Valentine's Day to you. And we will see you next week on our weekly update.
Bye.